Toddy are going to lead them to green. They fire together at the blue. Pool Noodle in 4. Green flag, and we're underway in the 4 cylinders, and it's Toddy jumping out to an early advantage. He takes the 38 out in front as they lead turn 1. Around the outside, here comes the 09 of Clinton Barrick. He'll go around the outside, take the advantage as if Toddy starts to slow drastically down the back straightaway. That's going to bobble up Riley in the 17 and allow LaFontaine and Alway to get around on the outside. Lap 1 will go to the 09 of Barrick.
Clinton Barrick looking strong here in the early goings of heat number 1. Number 13M of Randy Alway in second. Tyler LaFontaine, who started out at the back of the pack, has moved his way on up into the second spots. Clinton Barrick, once again, looking pretty strong here in the early goings of heat number 1.
It's Barrick out front, and now he's got his TMR teammate, Tyler LaFontaine in the 96, up to second. Starting to close on our leader, Barrick, is LaFontaine. Into 3 and 4, LaFontaine. Barrick bobbles up off of 4. That's going to open the door, and LaFontaine's going to close that much more at the stripe. Still Barrick leads, but not by much.
LaFontaine right there on the tail of Clinton Barrick up there for the lead. Battle going on, almost a 3-car battle for the 3rd spot between Alex Riley, Randy Alway, as well as the number 14, L of John Lubeck. But right now, it is Clinton Barrick still in the lead, but look out for Tyler LaFontaine, who has been very strong here in 2022.
Down the back straightaway they go. About a half car length is a distance between the 96 and the 09 as they work into 3 and 4. Barrick opens the door, coming to the white flag this time. LaFontaine is there, couldn't get to the inside. He'll try the outside as they work into turn 1. Around the outside, LaFontaine trying to make the pass on the 09 at Barrick. Down the back straightaway, still LaFontaine all over the back bumper of Barrick. Can't find a way around him yet. One more set of corners. Does LaFontaine have enough to get there? Goes for the crossover move to the inside, pulls up alongside. Still Barrick out front. They bobble. Barrick barely wins it over LaFontaine. Alex Riley brings it home 3rd, Lubeck 4th, and Randy Alway in the 13M will finish 5th. Hughes and Deagle out front. They lead him to green, and they hit the gas as soon as they hit that pole. And it's going to be Kenny Hare with a great jump. He'll go to the inside of Deagle. Into turn 1, the 5K of Kenny Hare goes around the outside of Sierra Cuse in the 7B. Cuse now under fire from both sides as here comes the 5 of Obey and Moulton in the 10 again tonight. Jay Moulton, that car won at Humberstone last Sunday, but it was piloted by Jeremy Cooper. Now Jay Moulton back in the vehicle looking for another win here tonight at Merrittville. He goes around the outside of the 5K. They're side by side as they work down the back straightaway.
Side by side for the lead going right now between Kenny Hare and the number 10 car of Jay Moulton, with the number 5 car of Brian Obey not too far behind. And look out for the number 12 car also of Mark Deagle. He is right there in the mix. Right now it's anybody's game here in the early goings, but look out for Jay Moulton. He just had a big head of steam down the back straightaway to take the early lead in this heat.
Moulton out front, then it's the 5K of Kenny Hare, then the 5 in the SOS towing ride. That's Brian Obey. And Deagle is settled into 4th, single file as they run. Now Obey looking to make a pass on Hare. Obey upstairs in the white 5. Around the bottom side, that's the 5K of Kenny Hare. Down the back straightaway, Obey still trying to set the move up into 3 and 4. Up on the outside. Can't quite get even this time, but the 5K of Hare is still under fire from Obey.
Jay Moulton beginning to increase his lead just that much more as he goes down the back straightaway. He has a couple of car lengths lead over Kenny Hare as well as the 5 car of Brian Obey. The 2 5s battling out for the runner-up spots. And look out for the 23 car of Trevor DeBoer. He is now in 3rd for the white flag out. 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go. Moulton way out in front. Still the 5s battling. Upstairs it's Obey in the white 5 Celica. On the outside, that's Kenny Hare in the 5K. On the inside, coming to the stripe. Moulton's going to get the win. And at the stripe, I think it was Kenny Hare.
We got 5K.
5K over the 5, says the official scoring. 7 thousandths of a second, the difference between those two. Hadler and Pagnotta. Green flag in the air, and it's Pagnotta with a good jump. Hadler now under fire from Worstrow, who looks like he's going to get around in the 71. Put Worstrow through to second, and now the 7C of Hardy trying to make the move on Hadler's. Hadler is off the pace in that 60 car down on the bottom side. Meanwhile, the 13 of Vincent Pagnotta has jumped out to the early lead in this one. It's Pagnotta, Worstrow, Hardy, and now the 16 of Oliveri's entered the conversation by moving himself up to 4th and battling there with the 114 of Rothwell in 5th.
In the early going of this heat, Vincent Pagnotta looking pretty good out there so far in the lead. Austin Worstrow not too far behind him, but there's almost a 3-wide battle going on for the 3rd spot, with the 7C of Cole Hardy out in 3rd. But right now, in the early goings, it is Vincent Pagnotta in the lead so far.
Pagnotta out front in that 13 ride. Then it's a log jam behind them as Worstrow has about a car length over the 7C of Hardy, and Hardy has a mirror full of Oliveri as they work into turn 1. Oliveri in that 16 following right in the tire tracks of the 7C, maybe even giving him a little bumper action off of turn 2, down into 3 and 4. Another bump, another little tap from Oliveri. Oliveri trying to work to the inside, up off of the corner. Has the 16 car now getting to the inside of the 7C of Hardy. Battles on for 3rd place.
Vincent Pagnotta still out there in the lead, looking pretty strong here so far in heat number 3. Austin Worstrow trying to go and trying to find a good line to catch him. Going to the inside to try and catch him for the lead. Not going to happen so far. Vincent Pagnotta still in the lead on a 3-car battle for the 3rd spot.
Final time around in this final heat of the 4 cylinders. Pagnotta out front. Worstrow trying to settle into a second, maybe even make a challenge for the lead. Hardy, Rothwell, and Oliveri battling amongst lap traffic. Worstrow looks to the inside. He's not going to get there. The 13 of Vincent Pagnotta wins it over Austin Worstrow. Cole Hardy, Kyle Rothwell grabs 4th from Fabio Oliveri. Oliveri in the 16 rounds out your top 5. Sportsman up next.
Starting lineup for heat number 1 of the Right Choice Auto Leisure Sportsman Division. Row 1, Nathan Peaty out of Ridgeway in the number 23N, followed by Trevor Wright in the number 09. Row 2, Billy Bleach Jr. from Port Robinson in the number 108, followed by Adam Leslie in the number 15. Row 3, Jay Mallory out of St. Catharines in the number 20. Followed by James Friesen in the number 72, and rounding out the field for heat number 1 of the Right Choice Auto and Leisure Sportsman Division is Jordan Costco out of St. Catharines. He will be in the number 17C. This will be an 8-lap heat.
Peaty and Wright will lead them to green, and they will fire together at the Blue Noodle in 4. Green flag out in heat number 1 of the Right Choice Auto and Leisure Sportsman. It's the 09 of Wright coming away with the advantage through 1 and 2. Look at the 15 of Leslie. He's going to get around the outside and jump up into 2nd spot after starting 4th. Peaty now has to deal with the 72 of JMF working to the outside, and the 108 of Bleach also trying to work his way around the 23N of Nathan Peaty. Lap 1 goes to the 09 of Wright.
Trevor Wright in the early goings beginning to look very strong. Adam Leslie in the number 15 trying to commit himself to that inside line to try and catch him. Not to no avail so far. Trevor Wright looking pretty good here in the early goings of heat number 1.
Trevor Wright has that Central Fabricating 09 up front for now. Adam Leslie in the Sterling Lubricants 15 trying to track him down. Here comes JMF as well. Friesen in the Bobcat of Hamilton 72. Top 3 cars single file as Bleach still is trying to work over the 23N of Peaty.
Single file 1 through 3 as the Trevor Wright still in the lead, followed by Adam Leslie and the 72 of James Friesen. Single file, and they're beginning to break away from the back of the pack there for the 1 through 3. Trevor Wright still in the lead so far.
Half and a half to go in this one. It's Wright still out front in the 09. Top three cars single file. Bleach has now gotten around the 23N, as has the 20 of Jay Mallory in the Oshweekend Speedway GSR Sportsman. Now we see a pass happening for the second spot, as here comes JMF. Friesen to the inside of the 15 of Leslie. Oh, and a bobble from Friesen. Looks like he might have a problem. Friesen slows down the front straightaway. Problem for the Bobcat of Hamilton 72. He's off the pace. We'll see if he's able to take a pit side. Wright still out front. Leslie second. Bleach third. Friesen crawling around the outside, but I think he might be able to get there. And we're going to try to stay green. White flag in the air for Trevor Wright, who's way out in front of this one. Trevor Wright in the 09 works down the back straightaway one more time through 3 and 4, and he will capture Heat 1 in the Right Choice Auto and Leisure Sportsman. Trevor Wright in the 09 is your winner. Adam Leslie brings it home second. Bleach third. The 20 of Mallory fourth. And Jordan Costco in the 17C. Good to see him back at the racetrack. He'll bring it home fifth in that new looking 17C ride. McKay and Van Mill will lead him to green in the 13M on the inside, the 1 of Van Mill on the outside, green flag in the air, and here comes Justin Sharp with the move onto the inside of McKay. That's going to allow Van Mill in the 1 to jump out with the lead, and here comes the 74 of Vanderzand on the outside. Around the outside, Vanderzand in the 74 isn't going to be able to complete the pass, and McKay's going to hang on to second for now, but Vanderzand not done challenging for the spot as Bigelow and Sharp also try to find a way around the 13M of McKay.
Vanderzand, who started out in fourth, just made a big move out into the second spot. He started to commit himself to that inside line. Almost a little bit of contact there between him and the 13 car. But they are right behind the leader so far, and that is Jason Van Mill, looking pretty strong in the early goings here.
Justin Sharp in the 8S Blue Moon Potatoes ride is through to third, but now he's under fire from the 16 of Bigelow. Brent Bigelow trying to find a way around on the inside. Now he looks to the outside. He'll have to try to set things up, and they work into turn 1. Sharp down low, covers off the spot. Vanderzand, meanwhile, in the 74, starting to reel in our leader, the 1 of Van Mill, as they work up off of turn 4.
Halfway through heat number 2, the number 1 of Jason Van Mill still out in the lead. Taylor Vanderzand out there in the runner-up spot as they're breaking away from the pack by just a little bit there. The number 16 of Brent Bigelow, who started out at the very back of the pack, is making a try to commit himself to the inside line to catch the number 8S of Sharp, but he is now going to be in fourth spot behind Jason Van Mill.
Van Mill in the 1 out front. Vanderzand in ride second. Then it's Sharp in the 8S. Here comes Brent Bigelow. Bigelow trying to find a way around on the inside. He'll try to clear Sharp as they work into 3 and 4. Meanwhile, turn our attention back to the lead. Here comes Vanderzand and trying to find another heat win. He works to the inside of Van Mill. Van Mill upstairs. He's going to cover off and hang on for one more time in that 1 Mountain View building group. Turn into turn 1, the 1 on the outside, the 74 of Vanderzand, and on the inside, they're wheel to wheel, working it at 3 and 4 for the final time. Here comes Taylor Vanderzand, and he slides up the racetrack. Van Mill's going to put the power down on the outside. Great race! It's Van Mill hanging on to it. Jason Van Mill wins it over Taylor Vanderzand, and the 16 of Bigelow. Justin Sharp rounds out your 4th, and 5th goes to Fairway in the 53. 22 of Smith down low, the 3N of Mamo on the outside. They will fire together. Smith gets the jump. He leads down into turn 1. Mamo takes over second. He clears the 68 of Reed. That is going to be ruled a no start. Yellow flag out. Terry Smith ruled to have jumped that one.
2, 3N. Your dancing partners here, you got to fire together. 22, make sure the 3N fires with you. That's free stack, rear aft, light through.
So just a warning on that one. Smith got away with the lead, but Mamo should have been firing with him. They will line him up, try it again. Smith, Mamo, Friesen, Knapp, Nelson Mason, and McPherson. trying to get to the outside. Here comes Cody Mcpherson from the last row. Mcpherson goes to the second. McPherson in the Willard Concrete and Trucking, number 7, up to second after starting on the last row of this one. Meanwhile, Smith still leads it. Knapp is settled into third in the 2K.
The early goings here to the number 22 at Terry Smith, still out in front of the lead. Cody Mcpherson, who started out at the very back of the pack, has now moved his way on up into second. As they go down the back straightaway, Rob Knapp, who started out in fourth, has now moved on his way up into third. And the 35 of Nelson Mason is now up into fourth. And they're all chasing the number 22 of Terry Smith, looking pretty good here in heat number 3.
Cody Mcpherson had himself a week last week. Picked up 3 wins between Weedsport, Merrittville, and Humberstone to close out the week last Sunday. Looking for more tonight as he's trying to reel in our leader, 22 of Smith, halfway at the stripe. Down to about a car length distance between the two of them. It's Smith who leads it down the back straightaway.
Smith and McPherson begin to break away from the back of the pack there. Smith still out in front. Cody Mcpherson in second. The 2K of Rob Knapp in the third spot, followed by the 35R of Nelson Mason. 3 laps to go here in heat number 3. Terry Smith still looking pretty good, but Cody Mcpherson right out there, just out right there beside him, trying to make a big move. Still in the lead with 2 laps to go.
Here comes Cody Mcpherson in the 7. He goes upstairs through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway now. He works to the outside once again. Bobble from Smith down low. That's going to open the door. Here comes Cody Mcpherson around the outside. He'll take the white flag in the lead spot. Terry Smith not done with him yet. Down into turn 1. McPherson pulls out by a car length as they work down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Cody McPherson's going to win it on a almost last lap pass over Terry Smith. And Nelson Mason's going to get by Rob Knapp in the 2K to bring it home third. Knapp fourth. And Mamo in the 3N rounds out your top 5 with Curtis Friesen sixth. Getting ready to go here in the Action Sprint Tour. Great sprints racing at Merrittville. It's Bowman out front alongside of Lance Erskine. The 71 down low, the 88 of Erskine on the outside. Green flag is in the air and we're away with great sprint action. Bowman out front in the 71. Erskine's going to settle into second as they jockey for position behind them. The 2M of Murdoch is up inside the top 3 as well. He started third. He rides there now, but he's all over the back bumper. The 88 of Erskine now looking to the inside. Down 1 and 2. Can't do it this time. Bowman still your leader.
Mike Bowman looking pretty good here in the early goings of heat number 1. And followed by the 88 of Lance Erskine, and Steve Murdoch is in the third spot. But right now, the number 71 of Mike Bowman is really looking strong here. He is your leader in the early goings of heat number 1 of the Action Sprint Tour.
It's Bowman, Erskine, the 2M of Murdoch, and Curtis Gartley in the 45L is settled into fourth after having some challenge from behind. Brett Stratford is starting to close in on that 39. The BS 39 of Brett Stratford looks to the outside. Hasn't been able to close up and set the move up yet. It's still single file amongst our top 5 with Mike Bowman in the TKC Metal and Seaway Fluid Power 71 out front.
Really strong showing here from Mike Bowman here in heat number 1. Second spot still belongs to Lance Erskine, Steve Murdoch in number 3. And Brett Stratford just moved on up into 4th spot. But right now, Mike Bowman is making it look easy here in heat number 1. He is still your leader with about 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. Bowman out front by about a straightaway now as that car is hooked up. No stranger to Merrittville. He won the modified championship last year at this racetrack. Yellow flag is out. 1 car way up on the outside of turn 1. That's the 77 of Tyler Powless. The 77T, I should specify. Tyler Powless has got it way up out near the core field. And we are going to go yellow as they were getting ready to take the white flag. Mike Bowman in the 71, Lance Erskine in the 88, Steve Murdoch runs third in the 2M, Brett Stratford in the BS 39 is fourth, and Curtis Gartley rounds out the top 5 in the 45L. Green flag is out, Bowman is away with it. Down into turn 1, Bowman gets a clean advantage, and here comes Brett Stratford, who's going to get not just Gartley, but also get by Murdoch as well. White flag in the air for Mike Bowman one more time around Merrittville Speedway. Brett Stratford trying to take over second from Lance Erskine. Erskine goes upstairs in the 88 and covers off the spot. Here comes the BS 39. They're side by side for fourth behind them with Murdoch and Gartley going for it through 3 and 4. Bowman wins over Erskine, Stratford, Murdoch, and Gartley, your top 5 in the Action Sprint Tour heat number 1. Mutton and Nanticoke, they are on the front row. They will fire together at the blue pool noodle in 4. Being told to watch their pace under this one. Green flag in the air, the 39 and the 9C lead them across. Into turn 1, Nanticoke on the outside and the 9C still trying to contend for the lead from second starting spot. Meanwhile, the 39 battles down low. Jonah Mutton in the 39 will try to hang on to the lead and will do so as Nanticoke goes way wide off of 4. That opens the door. Here comes the 4B of Peltier, and Stolly's going to get around on the outside or on the inside as well. But now drop a spot as here comes Jacob Dykstra in the 5D. Dykstra out of turn 4. He takes over 4th. Meanwhile, Peltier trying to take away first now as they work down the back straightaway.
Dykstra, who started out way at the back of the pack at 7th, has moved on and is maybe on up into 3rd. Jonah Mutton's still in the lead, but it's a pretty competitive battle between those 3 cars. Jonah Mutton, Daryl Peltier, and Jacob Dykstra. Anybody's game here in heat number 2.
Into 3 and 4, Peltier's committed to the outside. He'll try to cross over now and can't do it as the 39 covers off the spot. Dykstra lurking there as well in the 5D. Around the outside, here comes Peltier down the back straightaway. Can't get even with Mutton. Mutton around the inside of turn 4. Peltier's going to cut low and he's going to try to get to the inside. Can't do it. Still, Mutton out front in the 39.
Mutton still out front here on the early goings of heat number 2 as we're approaching the halfway point. Over halfway point now, 3 laps to go. Now it is 2. Jonah Mutton still out front in the lead.
Here comes Jacob Dykstra around the outside. He'll get Peltier through 1 and 2. He's looking for more, this time into 3 and 4. The 39 of Mutton struggles through off of 4. That's going to open the door, and here comes Dykstra as the white flag waves. Here comes Jacob Dykstra. He goes to the lead down the back straightaway, and he's gone into 3 and 4 for the final time. Jacob Dykstra, he's a closer in this one. He'll win it over Mutton, Peltier. Oh, a good battle at the stripe there between Darren Dryden, who wins it and takes 4th over Adrian Stolly in the 50 LS, who finishes 5th. Hill in the 99, the 26X of Baker. Green flag in the air, and Hill's going to bobble and not get really going on their initial start. And Baker's going to take it. Not sure if Hill had a problem there or if he just was slow to the gas. Either way, down into turn 1, new leader, the 9 of Luke Stewart. Luke Stewart leads lap 1 over the 26X of Baker. And Alan Downey there in the 19D has moved his way up into 3rd spot. Single file for amongst the top 3.
Single file in positions 1 through 3. Luke Stewart out in front in the early lead, followed by Terry Baker and Alan, and actually Joshua Hill just moved on up into 3rd. The number 9 car of Luke Stewart looking pretty good out there in the early going, building up just a little bit. Look out for the 26X of Terry Baker trying to go way onto the outside. And he lost a couple of positions there. That was actually the 99 of Joshua Hill who was doing that. And now he has moved on up into 2nd. He got shot out of a cannon there. But still, it is Luke Stewart out in front in the lead.
Stewart out front. Here comes Hill. Joshua Hill wants the lead back after bobbling it away on the initial initial start of this one. He goes to the outside of Stewart. 9 on the inside, 99 way upstairs into 3 and 4. Look at the move from Hill. He executed it perfectly, and he'll take the lead. Joshua Hill back to the point over Luke Stewart and Terry Baker.
Joshua Hill looking like he got shot out of a cannon there with about 3 laps to go. He is in the lead. Luke Stewart trying to still be there, trying to commit himself to that inside line to catch him. Joshua Hill looking pretty good out there. He is still in the lead.
Hill leads it by over half a second. He's trying to extend that lead as they work down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Joshua Hill, you can see him. He runs up high on entry and then points it down coming out of 4, and he drives away from this pack. White flag waves on the field. Down the back straightaway, it's Josh Hill. Then Luke Stewart, Alan Downey, Terry Baker. Alan Downey making one more push for seconds, not going to get there. Hill wins it over Stewart, Downey, Baker, and the 08 of Beckett rounds out your top 5. Flanagan and McTavish. Bit of an early jump there from Flanagan as he gets away, and McTavish is all kinds of squirrely. Yellow flag out. We're going to retry that start one more time. Reminder that on the initial start of the race, the front 2 cars must fire together at the Blue Noodle in turn 4. Flanagan, McTavish, Wood, Pierce, Lindbergh, and Bicknell. That is your field of 6 cars. Green flag in the air. Much cleaner start this time, and McTavish is going to try to come away with the lead in the 41 on the outside. He'll get a little bit loose, though, up off the corner. That opens the door for Flanagan to close up. Wow, he bounces it in there. Look at McTavish sail it in. He's trying to clear the lead. He will do so. Good run from Boyd McTavish to take the lead on lap 1. Here comes Scott Wood around the outside in the 38 Henderson's Farming car. Gary Lindbergh getting into contact with the 74. That's jamming up the field behind them, and Wood and McTavish are going to come away with the advantage. Down the front straightaway, it's McTavish, Wood, and now Flanagan settles into 3rd with Lindbergh looking to the outside through turn 1.
Single file going 1 through 3. Boyd McTavish still in the lead, followed by the 38 of Scott Wood. Scott Wood looking to try to go onto the outside there to capture, but to no avail. The number 74 of Dave Flanagan Jr., he is now looking to be in the 3rd. Boyd McTavish looking pretty good. He is still in the lead.
Scott Wood's got the 38 rounded out the outside, and he's trying to pull even, and maybe even take the lead at the stripe. He does, according to timing and scoring, by 8 1/1000ths of a second. Down the back straightaway, they still duel for the lead. Wood trying to clear McTavish on the inside. McTavish can't keep pace in the 41. Wood in the 38 gets around the outside. It's Wood, McTavish, Lindbergh, Bicknell, and Flanagan, your top 5 as they run.
McTavish trying to commit himself to that inside line. Almost a little bit of contact there on the wall there at turn 4. And lost a little bit of timing there in his position. Scott Wood beginning to break away from the pack here in heat number 1. The 37S. Lindbergh is now in 2nd. But Scott Wood is now in the lead here with about 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go. Does Lindbergh have enough time? His car looks fast, but Wood looks faster. Scott Wood's got that car dialed in up on the outside into 3 and 4. He cuts to the middle. Out of turn 4, he'll see the checkers. And Scott Wood wins heat number 1 of the Core Pack Merchandising 358 Modifieds over Gary Lindbergh, Boyd McTavish, Pete Bicknell, and the 74 Flanagan 5th, Shane Pierce 6th. Green flag in the air. It's Van Mill out front. Rouse with a good advantage, and we're going to go yellow again as Van Mill definitely jumped the restart on that one. From the tower again, the too cool of Van Mill jumped the start on that one just a little bit. Has to keep Gordon alongside him. on the initial start of the race. We'll re-rack them and try it again.
Fire it up, the two will fire together.
Green flag in the air. A little tighter that time with Todd Gordon on the outside, but here comes Brad Rouse on the inside. Rouse looking for the lead. Brad Rouse will have to settle into second, this time into 3 and 4, though he shows his nose to the inside one more time as Van Mill has it wound up on the outside of the Mountain View building group. Too cool. Still, it's Van Mill out front, Rouse, Gordon, Matt Williamson's up to 4th, and Davidson and Chevalier doing battle back there for 5th.
Eric Van Mill still out there in the lead. Just over a half a second lead ahead of Brad Rouse. Todd Gordon up there into 3rd. Matt Williamson down the back straightaway. Friday night's winner week at Speedway. He is now up into 4th. Eric Van Mill still looking pretty good. He's breaking away from the back here in heat number 2.
One car off the pace on the high side of turn 4. It's the 12 of Chad Chevalier. Heavy Chevy's got a problem, and that's going to bring us under yellow. As the Chad Chevalier Rick's Delivery 12 has gone real slow. Yep, that is a right rear flat tire. You can see it as he comes down underneath the Tim Hortons finish line. Yellow flag out for the first time in heat number 2.
Let's get up double file here, John. Double file, lights around. Get up 2x2 lights around. No courtesy, that's not nuts.
Reminder, race fans, we got the school bus race tonight, and if you want to jump on board one of those school buses during intermission and take a lap of the racetrack, you can do so. Green flag in the air once again, and Van Mill. Cars didn't quite get going evenly there, and we're going to go back under yellow and try that start again. Van Mill is the control car. This time he gets to fire between the score clock and the blue noodle in 4. Rouse 2nd, Williamson 3rd, Gordon 4th, Davidson 5th in the 73. Green flag in the air. Rouse around the outside. He'll take the lead working into turn 1. Way around the outside. That was Davidson kicking up a bunch of dust. Chad Chevalier in the 12 is going to re-enter on the back straightaway as well and get back in the race. Rouse out front. Williamson, Van Mill, Gordon, Davidson, and Chevalier back in it. Williamson trying to take the lead as they work into 3 and 4.
Coming up on 3 laps to go here in heat number 2. Brad Rouse out the lead with Matt Williamson about just under half a second behind him, but he's trying to make a big move, trying to commit himself to the inside line as they go down the back straightaway. Is almost right there on the bumper of Rouse. But Brad Rouse still holding strong out the lead, but look out for that Williamson. He is right there on his trail.
Williamson goes to the inside. Rouse upstairs. That last time by, Chad Chevalier took it back pit side in the 12. Battle for the lead rages on as the white flag waves on the field. White flag in the air with Williamson out front of the S&W Service Center 6. Brad Rouse in the 18 trying to find a way to keep up down the back straightaway. Can't do it. Williamson into 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to take the win in heat number 2. He wins it over Rouse, Van Mill, Gordon, and Davidson.
Roll 1 is Brandon Gruel out of St. Catharines in the 35G. He will be followed by Ryan Ferry out of Port Dalhousie in the number 1F. Luke Carlton is on row number 2. He will be followed by Freddie Carlton out of St. Catharines in the number 96. Luke Carlton is the number 97C. Row 3, Ryan Susi out of Wilson, New York in the 38RS. And rounding out the field is Ken Schrader out of Fenton, Missouri. He will be in the number 42S. 8 laps.
Green flag in the air. Gruel gets away with the jump in the 35. Around the outside, here comes Ferry in the 1F. Ferry can't keep pace down the back straightaway. He'll try to set the move up on the outside through 3 and 4. As here comes Luke Carlton trying to get to the inside of our leader, Gruel. And Ferry's going to lead the lap, but barely. It's Ferry, Carlton, Carlton. Now here comes Fast Freddy Carlton. The Carlton brothers are going to go 2-3 after getting by Brandon Gruhl. But Ferry is still your leader in the 1F.
Good competitive battle here going on here in heat number 3. Anybody's game out there for the lead. The number 97C of Luke Carlton just past Ryan Ferry out there for the lead. Ferry tried to go on to the outside. It did not quite work out. He lost a couple of positions. He is now back to 4th. The early goings here, Luke Carlton in the lead, followed by Freddie Carlton.
Luke Carlton in the 97C out front. Fast Freddy Carlton has settled into 2nd. Here comes Ryan Susi in the 38RS. He's up to 3rd. Gruhl and Ferry continue to do battle. Around the outside is Fast Freddy Carlton trying to pull even with brother Luke. Down the back straightaway they go into 3 and 4. Luke slams on the brakes. He's going to end up still hanging on to the lead, though. I thought Carlton might be able to get the run on the outside. This time through 1 and 2. He'll try it again on the outside, but just can't quite find the power up off the corners to make the pass.
Coming up on 2 laps to go here in heat number 3. The Carlton brothers battling it out for the lead. With Luke Carlton in the lead, but not by that much over Freddie. Freddie made a good move there to the outside of the back straightaway to try to take the lead away from Luke. No avail so far as the white flag comes out in the air. Freddie Carlton in the lead, but it's anybody's game.
Fast Freddie to the point. Luke Carlton trying to fight back on the inside. Here comes Ryan Susi. Susi washes up the racetrack. That's going to leave the Carltons to settle it into 3 and 4 for the final time. Luke down low. Freddie up high. Fast Freddie Carlton. He'll win it over Luke Carlton. Ryan Susi in the 38RS. Ferry in the 1F. Gruhl in the 35. And Schrader in the Bicknell 42S. Brings it home 6th.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rearview mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick Quick perfected fire. Quick Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
And fans, here is the starting lineup for tonight's Van Sickle Pet Value PV on the Lane 4 cylinders. On row number 1, Randy Alway out of St. Anne's in the number 13M, followed by Mark Deagle in the number 12. Row 2, Vincent Pagnotta out of St. Catharines in the 13, followed by Alex Riley in the number 17. Row 3, Brian Obey out of Hamilton in the number 5, followed by Cole Hardy in the 7C. Row 4, Clinton Barrick, followed by Kenny Hare in the 5K. Row 5, Austin Worstrow from Niagara-on-the-Lake in the number 71. John Lubeck right beside him in the number 14L. Row 6, Trevor DeBoer out of Hagersville in the 23. Followed by Jay Moulton out of Niagara Falls in the number 10. Row 7, Fabio Oliveri out of Ancaster in the number 16. Kyle Rothwell in the number 114 is followed by Tyler Lavanasi out of Thorold in the number 9060. And Sam Iftani is right beside him in the number 38S. Row 9, Sierra Cuse, followed by Richard Hadler in the number 60. Row 10, Jordan Dennebrigga out of Port Colborne in the number 7, followed by Matt Christie out of St. Catharines in the number 53. Row 11, James McDonald in the number 77, followed by Danny Worcester out of Niagara Falls in the number 44. And row 12 has Mason Anderson out of St. Catharines in the number 4. And rounding out the field is Dustin Duga out of Welland in the 14 Double D. This will be 15 laps for tonight's Van Sickle Pet Value PV on the Lane 4-cylinder feature.
Merrittville Big Scoop pace car is pulling in pit side into the infield. And we'll get ready to go with Allway and Deagle on the front row. 13M down low, 12 upstairs, green flag in the air. And Riley gives a little shot to Deagle on the back bumper. That jacks him up sideways. All kinds of action as we work into turn one. Barrick stacking him up. Riley's going in for a wild ride. Yellow flag is out all the way around. Cuse around. Cars were jamming into each other all throughout that turn. The Sierra Cuse ride has got a piece of it. Randy Allway got a piece of it in the 13M. I saw Alex Riley take evasive action. Not sure if that car's stopped or not. I believe it might be down towards the front side of the pits.
I don't want it to, driver.
It's going to be Mark Deagle alongside of Vincent Pagnotta. Then Brian Obey is in the SOS Towing 5. Austin Worstrow's in the 71, lining up 4th. 5K of Kenny Hare is 5th. Clinton Barrick in the 09 is 6th. Then it's John Luback, Trevor DeBoer in the 23, Jay Moulton in the 10, the 114 of Rothwell, the 96T, and the 7 of Denobriga. We're back underway. Green flag in the air. Pedals are down, and away we go in the 4 cylinders. We'll try it again with Pagnotta out front. 3 wide for second as here comes Kenny Hare to the inside of Deagle. Deagle's going to turn Worstrow. There is going to be close. What a save by both drivers. That could have been ugly again, but Worstrow able to get disconnected from Deagle. Deagle lifts. He's got a lot of damage to that right front now, and we're going to stay green. Everybody stays clean and green this time. Now, Kenny Hare going for the lead. The 5K down low. Then it's Pagnotta up on the high side trying to hang on to the lead. Clinton Barrick's up to 3rd. Rothwell now battling with Worstrow for 4th. Around the outside comes the 114 of Rothwell. Kenny Hare will lead it at the stripe over Pagnotta. Down into turn 1. Pagnotta trying to find a way around on the outside. Barrick slides up in front of Rothwell. The 09 covers off the spot. He still runs 3rd. Worstrow 4 wide through turn 2. Wild racing at the back of the pack. Wild racing coming off of 4 is a 4 wide again. LaFontaine down low. Moulton, Obey, Luback at the back of the pack. Here comes the 5K. Yellow flag in the air. There's a report of fluid on the top side from the 114. Looks like the 114 has leaked something up on the high side of 2, and we are under yellow once again. 53 of Christie ran through that, as well as the 12 of Deagle that had to stop off after Rothwell, who's way up on the outside of turn 1. Kenny Hare is the control car for this restart. He can fire anywhere between the score clock and the blue pool noodle in 4. Pagnotta alongside. Green flag back in the air. Hare gets away with the jump. Clinton Barrick trying to make the pass for second, and here comes Worstrow. 3 wide into turn 1. Barrick runs up alongside Pagnotta. Here comes DeBoer down low on the 23. Side by side, 3 wide for second. Pagnotta on the outside. 09 of Barrick in the middle. Pagnotta's going to drop back. DeBoer in the 23 down low as he works through 3 and 4. Trevor DeBoer up to 3rd on that restart. Tyler LaFontaine trying to make the move from 4th, maybe up inside the top 3. He's all over the back bumper of DeBoer. All this happening behind our leader, Kenny Hare. It's Hare, Barrick, DeBoer, LaFontaine playing bumper cars with DeBoer there. Moulton trying to work around the outside in that 10 car. Top 5, all under a blanket.
Kenny Hare opening up just about a half a second lead over Clinton Barrick and Trevor DeBoer. Trevor DeBoer, who started out in the 11th spot, has moved his way up into 3rd. Jay Moulton looking to go onto the outside of the 23 of DeBoer to try to catch 3rd. But so far in this feature race, it is Kenny Hare followed by Clinton Barrick.
Barrick makes the move to the outside in the 09. He takes it high side, looks around the 5K of Hare, can't do it. Down the back straightaway, they file back into line. Moulton trying to make the pass on LaFontaine as DeBoer was briefly 3 wide with them. 4. Oh, 1 car right in front. That's the lap car of the 77. Hare does a great job to avoid him, but that lets Barrick get right alongside. 4 cars under a blanket going for the lead in turn 1. Kenny Hare trying to hold on. Clinton Barrick on the outside of the 09. Here comes Tyler LaFontaine now. He's closing in. Jay Moulton is there. Hare gets loose on the bottom side. That opens the door. Here comes LaFontaine. Barrick trying to make the move on the outside. Clinton Barrick to the lead at the stripe. Down into turn one, around the outside. Clinton Barrick, he's trying to take the lead from Kenny Hare. Jay Moulton in the 10. He rides third. LaFontaine also wants to get past this. You know Tyler LaFontaine has a lot of speed in that race car. He's won a bunch this year. Now Hare drifts up the racetrack. Barrick trying to clear. Can't slam the door. They're still battling for the lead. Four-car battle continues on here. LaFontaine works to the inside. Here comes the 10 of Moulton. Moulton goes to the inside. Moulton now goes to the outside, trying to get around Barrick. Barrick trying to shut the door on Hare and lead this one by himself. They both run up the racetrack. Here comes Moulton. He's going to slam the wall. Jay Moulton in the wall, but he keeps it going after rolling the moat. LaFontaine gets to the inside of Hare. Here they go. Three-car battle now for the lead. Clinton Barrick down the back straightaway trying to hang on to this one. LaFontaine down low. Hare settles back into line, and for once we might be single file amongst the top three. Nope. Still, here comes Kenny Hare to battle. Into turn one. LaFontaine looks down low underneath his TMR teammate, the 09 of Barrick. Barrick upstairs. LaFontaine down low. Hare. DeBoer is running fourth. Moulton fifth, and finally we're starting to see the cars start to settle down. 2 laps to go this time. Barrick out front. LaFontaine, Hare goes to the bottom underneath the 96T of LaFontaine. 3 wide for the lead down the back straightaway. Barrick has opened the door once again. LaFontaine's trying to get inside there, and here comes Kenny Hare. They're going to touch. Sideways run for Tyler LaFontaine as they work through lap traffic. White flag in the air in this one. Clinton Barrick still hanging on to the lead, but just barely. Tyler LaFontaine's going to have to try to work around the 77. Lap traffic. Yellow flag out. Moulton's around on the high side of turn 2. Everybody catch your breath, because we're going to have a shootout in the 4 cylinders. Wow, what a race we've seen.
Lead it over.
5K of Kenny Hare third. The 23 of DeBoer is fourth. Worstro in the 71 fifth. Pagnotta sixth. Lubeck seventh. Brian Obey eighth in the 5. Green flag back in the air. Here comes Clinton Barrick into turn 1. He opens the door down low for Tyler LaFontaine, but he's okay with it so far. Down the back straightaway, he's going to clear LaFontaine. Clinton Barrick down into 3 and 4. This is where he's kind of opened the door up off of 4 every time. Again, opens the door. LaFontaine can't quite get there. White flag in the air. Final time around. Down low, LaFontaine in the 96. He's going to pull even with the 09 of Barrick. Here comes Barrick down the back straightaway. It's Barrick, LaFontaine into 3 and 4. Barrick chops him off. Can he hold on? Yep. Clinton Barrick, checkers are in the air. He's going to try to cut him off one more time, and he'll hang on. Great race. Barrick, LaFontaine, Hare. Worcester, 1 car around on the front stretch. That's Pagnotta after the line. More cars piling in. A lot of issues coming to the stripe. But your winners, Clinton Barrick over Tyler LaFontaine, Kenny Hare, Austin Worcester, and Trevor DeBoer. That is your top 5 in the Van Sickle Pet Value PV on the Lane 4 cylinders. This is definitely going to be a popular win. Give a call one more time to Clinton Barrick as he climbs out with the checker for the very first time in the Van Sickle Pet Value PV on the Lane 4 cylinders. All right. Clinton, congratulations on the first win. I don't know if anybody has ever worked harder for a win at Merrittville Speedway, especially their very first win. Tell us about the chaos, holding off hungry teammates, hungry drivers behind you. That was awesome racing. Tell us about the drive.
I don't know really what to say, but I just gave it everything I had in every corner.
Who do you want to thank for the drive here tonight, Clinton?
I'd like to thank my sponsor, Rob Transmission Auto Service, the whole TMR team, my girlfriend, my parents, everyone that just helped me tonight.
Clinton Barrick, enjoy your very first win in a 4-cylinder here. Lights out on the Merrittville Speedway Big Scoop pace car.
Back it off on 922.
Smith in the 22, right in the 09, green flag in the air. Smith gets away with it. A little bit of contact maybe there as Van Millen right in the 09 might have touched on the inside of turn 1. Terry Smith is going to try to, one car shoves it in there. That was the 20 of Mallory about mid-pack, just sailed it in and made contact with the 8S of Sharp, but everybody stays clean, we stay green, and the top 5 are single file.
Terry Smith out in front in the early lead. And the number 108 of Billy Bleach Jr. had a big head of steam there to make his way on up into second, trying to stay committed to that outside line. Trevor Wright in third, followed by the 15 car of Adam Leslie. Billy Bleach still trying to make his way onto that outside line to try and catch the lead, but to no avail. It is Terry Smith out in front in the early going.
Terry Smith leads it. Bleach around on the outside in the 108. Billy Bleach trying to take over second spot. He does so. Wright briefly made a challenge for that second spot. Couldn't make it stick through 1 and 2. Now they're single file once again amongst the top 3. Leslie opening the door for Knapp as here comes Rob Knapp. Jay Mallory's also moved through the field. Both Mason and Mallory up a few spots, sitting 6th and 7th after starting on row number 5.
Almost single file throughout this entire feature so far through about 1 through 8. The 22 of Terry Smith still in the lead. Billy Bleach Jr. not too far behind him there, side by side going on there for the third spot between Trevor Wright and Adam Leslie. And then 5 laps in, Terry Smith still in the lead, but look out for Billy Bleach Jr.
Going 25 laps into this one, 5 down, 20 to go, now 19 to go as the leaders cross the stripe. Smith starting to fall back into the clutches of Billy Bleach. Here comes the battle for the lead. Bleach in the 108 down low. Smith in the 22 trying to hang on to it. Smith, Bleach, Leslie, Wright, Knapp, your top 5. Here comes Cody Mcpherson as he's trying to get around the 1 of Van Mill. That's happening just outside the top 7. Cody Mcpherson now will get around Van Mill, and Begelow's trying to follow suit as here comes the battle for the lead. Bleach looks again to the inside but can't make it stick. Bleach all over the back bumper of Smith but hasn't been able to find a way around Terry Smith just yet.
Terry Smith still out there in the lead. A little bit of contact there between Smith and Bleach. Thankfully, they kept it going. Trevor Wright out there in 4th. And about 16 laps to go. Trevor Wright trying to make a big head of steam there down the back straightaway, trying to go onto the outside of the 15 car of Adam Leslie to try and catch the 3rd spot. He's still there, almost side by side for 3rd, but Terry Smith is still in the lead.
Leslie down low in the 15, up on the high side, it's Trevor Wright in the 09. Leslie, Wright, Mallory up to 5th now after making his way around the 2K of Knapp. Down the front stretch they come, Smith leads, then it's Bleach, Wright up to 3rd. Leslie still challenging there on the inside of Wright. That's the tightest battle on the racetrack amongst the top 10. The rest sits single file with Terry Smith out front.
Almost coming up on the halfway point of tonight's Sportsman Division feature race. Terry Smith still out in front in the lead, not by about a half a second. And then we've got a bit of a contact there with the 2K of Rob Knapp.
Rob Knapp and Jay Mallory got together battling around the 5th position, and it's Knapp who gets the worst of it as Mallory was able to keep it rolling.
R20 is on advantage positions, and that is in behind the 70.
Knapp still pointed, facing the wrong way on the back stretch. See if he can get that car righted and see if there's minimal damage to that vehicle. The 35 of Mason will line up 5th alongside Cody Mcpherson in 6th. Begelow in the 16 is 7th. Sharp in the 8S. Then it's Friesen and Mallory, your top 10. In the Sportsman, as we go back racing, flag is up, group pedals are down, and Smith and Bleach thunder into turn 1, side by side, dueling for the lead. Around the outside comes Bleach. Bleach is going to take the lead with a power move down the back straightaway. He'll clear Smith into 3 and 4. Billy Bleach to the point as they work through 3 and 4. Billy Bleach now leads. Leslie, who's going to get around Smith. Smith drops 2 spots on the opening lap. Wright sails rails it up on the outside. He's coming under fire from Cody Mcpherson. Here comes Cody Mcpherson into the top 5 now as he works around Nelson Mason and now wants more as he works to the inside of Wright in the 09. Top 3 single file as Mcpherson is challenging for 4th position.
Billy Bleach looking pretty strong after that restart. He is now in the lead, followed by the 15 of Adam Leslie. Terry Smith, who was in the lead for most of this feature race, is now down in the 3rd, but still very much in the mix. Cody Mcpherson, who started out almost at the back of the pack, has now moved his way on up into 4th. But look out for Trevor Wright. He is right there in the 5th spot. Coming up on less than 10 laps to go here in this feature race, it is Billy Bleach Jr. out in front, but look out for Adam Leslie.
Bleach out front, Leslie, Smith, Mcpherson, and Wright, your top 5. Bigelow trying to break into it. He goes for a wild ride after making some contact. Sharps all over the back bumper of him, and here comes Nelson Mason to challenge for the position. Nelson Mason down low in the 35, trying to get to the inside of Brent Bigelow in the 16 Seminux ride. Into 3 and 4, they're doing, and Wright's going to get a little piece of Mason and Bigelow as they both run into the back of him as he slows. Wright moves upstairs, and now it's 3 wide for 4th. Mason backs out. Bigelow gets by. Bigelow now trying to pass Wright for 5th. On the inside, here comes Billy Bleach for the lead as Leslie and Bleach are dueling. Coming up to 6 laps to go. Going to be 5 to go with Leslie out front as Bleach is chasing him down.
Coming up on 5 laps to go here in this Right Choice Auto and Leisure Sportsman Division feature. Side by side for the lead, but with Adam Leslie and Billy Bleach. Adam Leslie in the lead, but not by that much, just 0.1 seconds. But they're separating themselves from the rest of the pack. The 22 of Terry Smith in 3rd. Cody Mcpherson at 4th. Brent Bigelow has moved his way on up into the number 5 spot. 4 laps to go, side by side for the lead with Leslie and Bleach.
13M is off on the back stretch and down the pits. Leslie and Bleach dueling wheel to wheel, side by side. Out of turn 4, Billy Bleach still works the bottom but isn't able to make it stick. Leslie has got that middle groove working. He cuts down and covers off the spot and now will clear Bleach down the back straightaway. Adam Leslie out front. Going to be coming to 2 laps to go in this one. Bleach challenges there once again on the inside but just can't make it work down low. Popsicle 6 in the air. 2 laps to go. Who's going to win it? Leslie out front. Bleach. Smith is settled into 3rd. Mcpherson 4th. Bigelow 5th. Out in turn 3 and 4. Bleach once again works down low and gets inside but can't make it stick. Coming to the white flag. One more time around for Adam Leslie in the Sterling Lubricants 15. Down the back straightaway. A couple cars getting together on the front stretch. That was a wild action. Down the back stretch though, it's Leslie out of 4. He's going to hang on and he'll take the checkers. It's Leslie, Bleach, Smith, Mcpherson, Bigelow, your top 5. Good racing from the sportsman once again as there was a couple wild incidences coming to the white flag that last time. But ultimately, it's Adam Leslie in the 15 who wins it. Adam Leslie getting unbuckled here, climbing out. Back in victory lane in Merrittville Speedway. It's been a while, but he knows how to get it done. Give a call to Adam Leslie. You can tell he's fired up. Come on down, my friend. Welcome back to Victory Lane. Tell us about the drive and those battles for the lead and ultimately coming out on top over Bleach.
Yeah, no, Bleach ran a real clean race. It was great racing with him. He's a stellar competitor. Always liked racing against him.
Who do you want to thank to get back in Victory Lane here tonight, Leslie?
I gotta thank Jeff. He's the only one that showed up. I gotta thank my dad. He always helps out. Joey, of course. Sterling Lubricants, St. Amon, J&S Heating and Air, Tumble Home Lodge, Complete Auto Glass Solutions in Welland and St. Catharines. I just couldn't have done with any of them.
Adam Leslie back in Victory Lane in the Sportsman. Give a call as he celebrates in Pleasant View Victory Lane as a Right Choice Auto and Leisure feature winner. Action Sprint Tour powered by Pinty's up next.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rearview mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
Dykstra and Bowman will lead him to green and fire together out of turn 4. Flag is up, pedals are down, and away we go in the sprint cars. Into turn 1, Dykstra's going to take the lead and clear Bowman. Top 2 cars break away. Here comes Alan Downey up to 3rd in the 19D. Then it's the BS39 of Stratford. 3 wide for 5th position behind them as Hill's trying to make a move to the inside. Lots of chaos. 1 car off the pace. It's Bowman. Bowman struggles down the front stretch, and that will bring out a yellow early in this one. Problem for Mike Bowman in the 71. Looks like Bowman is not going to be able to rejoin the field in this one. Tough break for Mike Bowman. Dykstra hammers the gas, and away we go in the sprints one more time. Green flag in the air. Dykstra, Downey, Stratford. Top 3 breaking away from the field in this one in the crate sprints through 3 and 4. Dykstra up on the high side. In control of this one. Downey, Stratford, Dryden trying to make the pass for 4th. He'll do so as they work into turn 1. Put Darren Dryden in 4th place.
Jacob Dykstra looking pretty strong here in the early goings of this Action Sprint Tour feature. He is about, and we got another issue here.
Problem for a car up on the high side of turn 3, trying to make out who that car is. Can't see the pole in my way. It's the 4B of Peltier is the report. 4B of Peltier parks it on the high side of 3.
Yes. Yep.
And has come, lost power. 3 laps in, 22 to go in the Action Sprint Tour. Still to come, we got the Core Pack Merchandising 358 Modifieds. But right now it's Dykstra, Downey, it's Stratford, your top 3. Green flag in the air. And we're back racing with Dykstra out front. Dykstra, Downey. Downey cuts off Stratford, and that allows Dryden to get past for 3rd. Move Darren Dryden up to 3rd place in the 12 Double D 3M ride.
Jacob Dykstra still looking pretty good out there in the early goings of this feature race in the Action Sprint Tour. He actually has about well over a second lead over the 19D of Alan Downey. The 12 Double D of Darren Dryden is in 3rd. But right now, so far, it is all Jacob Dykstra here in the early goings.
Dykstra out front. Downey, Dryden, Stratford. Battles on for 5th place as Luke Stewart in the 9 is trying to take it on the low side through 3 and 4. Slides up the racetrack, can't complete the pass. That's going to be Mutton hanging on to it in the 39. Into turn 1, they continue to do battle. Mutton's going to drop back, or drive ahead. Well, the 9 of Stewart drops back, and here comes Lance Erskine in the 88 to challenge for 6th spot.
As Jacob Dykstra is beginning to increase his lead here in the early going with about 18 laps to go. He is beginning to encounter some lap traffic, so he does have to be careful about that. The 19D of Alan Downey still in 2nd, followed by the 12 double D of Darren Dryden in 3rd. BS 39 is in 4th. Jacob Dykstra really looking strong here in the Action Sprint Tour feature.
Won't be too long until Dykstra starts to encounter lap traffic. Up first will be the 29 of Tyler Ward. And now through 3 and 4. Dykstra works to the outside, trying to set the move up as we've got a yellow flag. One car around on the high side of turn 2. I believe it's the 99 of Hill. And caution is out once again with 15 laps to go. Big Scoop pace car is in. Dykstra can fire anywhere in turn 4. He'll point it down the hill and drive off from Downey. Green flag back in the air. Dykstra already gapping 2nd place as they do battle. Dryden trying to find a way around Downey on the inside through 3 and 4. Look at the 12 double D of Dryden get around Downey. Darren Dryden up to 2nd. Does he have anything for Dykstra? Top 4 cars now, top 7 single file.
But coming up on 13 laps to go here in this feature race, Jacob Dykstra making it look easy so far, nearly a 2-second lead ahead of the 2nd place car of the 12 double D of Darren Dryden. Alan Downey still out there in 3rd spot, coming up to the halfway point of this Action Sprint Tour feature. It has been all Jacob Dykstra.
Dykstra in control after starting on the pole. Dryden trying to keep pace with them. Last time by the stripe, it was a 1.8 second advantage for Dryden, or between Dryden and Dykstra. This time, Dykstra actually loses 3/10. Dryden made up a little bit of time there. Does he have enough time, though, to catch and pass Dykstra? Coming to 10 laps to go, this time by the stripe.
10 laps to go here in this Action Sprint Tour feature. Jacob Dykstra really looking strong here tonight. And the 2 and 3 positions still haven't changed so far. Darren Dryden and Alan Downey looking to chase Jacob Dykstra, who is now increasing his lead. And now just under 2-second lead, about 1.8 seconds. Coming up on 9 laps to go, it is still all Jacob Dykstra.
Impressive run from Austin Rose, who started on the inside of row number 9 and has driven to 5th. And wants more. He's gone around Stratford now for 4th. Give a call to Austin Rose in the Brantford Bobcat machine. He's driving his way up inside the top 5 and putting on a show. Meanwhile, up at the front, Dykstra is going to have lap traffic in front of him as 2 cars do battle, the 99 of Hill and the 29 of Ward. Does that give Dryden the opportunity he needs to start to reel things in?
Coming up on 6 laps to go here in this Action Sprint Tour feature. Jacob Dykstra with about a 2nd lead over Darren Dryden. He is beginning to encounter lap traffic, so he is doing his best to be as careful as he can. But Jacob Dykstra really looking strong tonight. He is still in the lead with about 5 laps to go. 1 second lead.
5 to go that time by the stripe, and it's the 5D of Dykstra still in front. He got around the 99 and the 29. Those 2 cars are now a lap down. Dryden trying to keep pace by going around the outside. He'll get Hill. Now he'll set his sights on Ward. Dykstra now cuts to the inside, and he's trying to make quick work of Van Every in the 77E. Can't do it that time. Dryden's going to catch up through 3 and 4. This race isn't over yet as Dykstra continues to work around the 77E True North Bet Ride. side of Van Every. Into 1 and 2, Dykstra clears. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Coming to 2 laps to go this time. Jacob Dykstra in the 5D. Sees Popsicle 6 in the air at the line. It's Dykstra, Dryden, Downey, Rose, and Stratford. Your top 5 as they run. Halfway down the back straightaway. Still Dykstra out in front of this one. Dryden doing all he can to keep pace. Van Every's going to be in the way, and that is going to impede Dryden's progress. Here comes the white flag this time. Dykstra takes it. Down the back straightaway he goes. One more set of corners. Jacob Dykstra putting on a clinic from the pole. He'll win the Pinty's Action Sprint Tour here at Merrittville over Darren Dryden, Alan Downey, Austin Rose, and Brett Stratford. Great run from Jacob Dykstra in the 5D as he controlled much of this race and finds a way to Pleasant View Victory Lane in the Action Sprint Tour presented by Pinty's. Give a call to Jacob Dykstra as he makes the climb to the top of the wing and waves the checkered flag. He wins the Action Sprint Tour at Merrittville. Come on around. Dominant drive. They put you on the pole position and you drove away. Tell us about an absolute cruise on a Saturday night, Jacob.
Yeah, we've been pretty set up this year, and my guys have been helping me out a lot. We've been testing some new things. It's been working out really well, and I can't thank anyone else but Brian Palace and all my crew guys and all my sponsors. I wouldn't be here without them.
Tell us about the track tonight. How did it feel out there? You had obviously no problems negotiating lap traffic. Seemed like wherever you put the car, it was working tonight.
Yeah, we had a little issue though. The wing went right in the trunk right away, and it was super tight the whole race. But once you get the lap traffic, it's a little easier. You can move around, and being tight can help you out a little bit. So having to move off the bottom or run the top. So it was okay. It's a little tricky. The bottom was really heavy, and then it was slick, and then there was heavy spots. So it was really tricky, but we got it done.
Jacob Dykstra back in victory lane in a crate sprint, not surprising there. Let's catch up with Darren Dryden. Darren, tell us about the drive. You had a rocket ship as well, and I just feel like maybe a couple more laps you might have been there to challenge for the win. Tell us about the drive.
Yeah, honestly, we had a really stout car. I gotta thank my father, John Dryden, for all the work he does, as well as Steve Gary. He had this thing absolutely dialed in tonight. We've learned a lot over the last few years, and it's incredible that we can come to a track like this. And it may not be the conditions we want, but we can always get it figured out. And we're definitely catching them. And I gotta thank all my sponsors, 3M, Pudsey Pools and Landscapes, Humberview Parts, BJ Custom Finishes, Expert Transmission, Expert Racewear, Epic Racewear, Desjardins Insurance, M&M Products, Unique Metal Concepts, DJD Graphics, and yeah, I think that's it.
Great job. Darren Dryden brings it home second in the Action Sprint Tour. And Alan Downey, I'm used to talking to you at Merrittville. It seems like of all the places that you take that sprint car, you really know how to get around this place. Tell us about the drive tonight, an impressive third place run once again at Merrittville.
Yeah, I love this place. It's really cool when the Action Sprint Tour comes out. I don't know, whatever it is, it's a driver's track, and it just kind of suits my style. So I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of success here. I'll take third place. That was great. It's a good bounce back from our 8th place at Oshweekend. I think we found something, and hopefully we can build on it from there. I just got to thank real quick all my sponsors on the car, my crew, and a big shout out to Jamie Turner and the Turner family. They let me run out of their shop, and I owe a lot to them. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be racing, so appreciate it.
Alan Downey brings it home third. Give a call to the Action Sprint Tour powered by Pinty's. The 358 Modifieds are up next, featuring Ken Schrader piloting a second Bicknell Racing Products 42. Going to be a good one in the Modifieds. Right now, the big scoop car pulls in. Van Mill, McTavish. Green flag in the air. Van Mill gets away with the jump. Out of turn one, it's Van Mill. Gordon making a good move, and we're calling back that restart. Van Mill went a little bit early, I thought, and so did the officials.
The feature going back row 28 brings us across the Restock.
Van Mill jumped the start in the heat. He's going to lose his front row start in the feature after jumping once again. That puts Todd Gordon out front of the pack. We'll line him up and try it again. All right, so now it's Gordon and Van Mill on the front row, or excuse me, Gordon and McTavish. We'll try it again. That one looks like a cleaner start. Flag is up, pedals are down, and away we go with Todd Gordon and Boyd McTavish thundering into turn one. McTavish on the outside trying to hang on as he goes wide. Gordon there trying to take the lead into turn three on the bottom side in the 28. Down the front stretch, give the lead to Todd Gordon. He leads lap number one. Into turn one they go with Gordon out front. McTavish, now the too cool of Van Mill settles into third, Ferry fourth.
Competitive battle so far here in the very early goings of this 358 modified meet.
Big wreck in 3 and 4. Multiple cars stacked up. Luke Carlton loses it in front of Gary Lindbergh. He piles in as well as Pete Bicknell. I think Brandon Gruhl was able to avoid damage, and I believe maybe Flanagan also got a piece of it. Lindbergh's going to roll away after making some contact with Flanagan. We'll see if there's any major damage to any vehicles or if they're going to be able to keep it rolling or not. Looks like Lindbergh's trying to check his steering on the front stretch here. Lights out on the Merrittville Big Scoop pace car. Gordon, McTavish, Van Mill, Ferry, Carlton, and Wood, your top six. That's how they'll line up with Gordon, the control car. He fires as soon as he hits the score clock and drives off from the pack. Todd Gordon out front. McTavish washes up the racetrack. That opens the door for Van Mill and Carlton as both cars try to make a charge through the field. Here comes Van Mill up to second, but McTavish around the outside will hang on to the spot at the stripe. All this happening behind our leader, Todd Gordon. Problem for Scott Wood. He dropped to the back of the pack, and here comes Matt Williamson out of nowhere. Here's the 6S to start to battle amongst the top five. He's trying to work around the Ferry. Lots of good racing amongst the top five, but all of it happening behind Todd Gordon.
Todd Gordon breaking away from the pack here in the very early goings of this heat, about coming up on 5 laps that we have completed so far. And now his lead is about just over a second. Boyd McTavish still out there in the second spot. Freddie Carlton right there trying to go to the inside of McTavish, but to no avail. Single file 1 through 5. And 6 laps into this feature race, it is Todd Gordon in the lead.
Gordon out front, McTavish trying to hold off fast Freddie Carlton, who's got a rocket ship tonight. He's trying to drive up through the field. In the heat earlier in the night, he was battling with his brother Luke Carlton for the top spot. Now, fast Freddie Carlton working his way underneath McTavish. Hasn't been able to complete the pass yet. He once again tries to go to the bottom down low. Here comes Matt Williamson to battle with Van Mill for fourth. Top 5 single file for now, but here comes Williamson making a challenge one more time. Up off of 4. Wheel to wheel, it's Williamson and Van Mill. Give P4 to Matt Williamson.
As Todd Gordon still maintaining the lead. Matt Williamson, who started out in the number 12 spot, is trying to commit himself to that inside line to try to get a little bit further up, but to no avail. He is still in 4th spot. Todd Gordon still in the lead. Boyd McTavish right there. Freddie Carlton on his trail. Look at Matt Williamson trying to stay on that line to try and catch Freddie Carlton. But it is Todd Gordon still in the lead here in this feature race.
Top 5 single file. Gary Lindbergh has been shot out of the cannon since being involved in that incident. He just banged bars with Scott Wood on full contact racing as he's trying to break his way up inside the top 10, up to 7th after that recovery. Here comes Freddie Carlton alongside McTavish trying to make the pass work on the bottom side. Williamson trying to follow suit. McTavish hanging tough on the outside. All this still happening behind Todd Gordon, who leads it. It's Gordon, Carlton, McTavish, Williamson, and Van Mill, the top 5.
As Todd Gordon still maintaining his lead, the real battle going on right now for the 2nd and 3rd spot between McTavish and fast Freddie Carlton. Carlton still there in 2nd spot. McTavish trying to go onto the outside of him, but also look at Matt Williamson trying to go to the inside. He still remains in 4th, but he's right there in the mix for the lead. And it looks Look at McTavish trying to go down the back straightaway there. But it's single file 1 through 4. Pretty competitive battle going on here so far. With about 21 laps to go, Todd Gordon still maintaining his lead.
4 cars under a blanket as they work into turn 1. Look at the move from Williamson, trying to make it stick on the bottom side as he battles there with Carlton. McTavish has caught Gordon for the lead. 4 cars continue to do battle, coming off of turn 4. They're all right there chasing Todd Gordon. Gordon hangs onto it. Williamson up to second. McTavish fighting back on the outside. He takes second. Carlton drops to 4th. Here comes Gary Lindbergh back into the picture. He's up to 5th. Now Gordon on the inside has McTavish to the outside. Williamson to the inside. Good racing there. McTavish takes the lead at the stripe. Into turn 1. Williamson shoots the gap to the middle. Is it going to be 3 wide down the back straightaway? Tight racing with McTavish out front now. Williamson clear of Gordon. Carlton 4th. Lindbergh 5th. Williamson trying to make the pass on the inside. Can't make it stick. Top 2 cars starting to drive away from the rest of the field now. It's Williamson on the inside of the 41. Williamson throwing sparks down the back straightaway. Williamson on the inside, halfway at the stripe, and Matt Williamson takes the lead.
Halfway there here in tonight's Core Pack Merchandising 358 Modified Feature Race. Matt Williamson, who started out at the back of the pack in 12th, is now into the lead over Boyd McTavish. Freddie Carlton at 4th, Todd Gordon now back down in the 4th. Sparks coming out of the car of Williamson, but still holding strong into the lead, just under a second over Boyd McTavish. Freddie Carlton right there at 3rd, Todd Gordon in 5th, and then the 28 of Todd Gordon is now in 5th. Gary Lindbergh is now in 4th. Halfway there, it's Matt Williamson in the lead.
Might be a problem for Matt Williamson. It looks like that right rear is really starting to drag. Not sure if that's by purpose or not, but the last few times it was throwing sparks, lately not so bad. Carlton up to 2nd. McTavish trying to hang on to 3rd, and now maybe challenge for 2nd. Fast Freddie Carlton trying to drive off, and here comes Gary Lindbergh as well. Williamson, Carlton, McTavish, and Lindbergh. The top 4 starting to drive away from the field. Lap traffic starting to be a factor for Matt Williamson. Williamson's going to drive around Gruel. Next car up will be Ken Schrader in the 42. Around the outside goes Matt Williamson. 2 cars a lap down, and he drives away continuously. Good run from Matt Williamson as we're coming to 12 laps to go in this one.
12 laps to go here in this feature race. Matt Williamson about a 1.8 second lead over Freddie Carlton. Looking pretty strong there, but he is encountering some lap traffic, so he's trying to be careful to avoid that as best as he can. But Freddie Carlton right there in the 2nd spot. Gary Lindbergh has now moved on up into the 3rd spot. Coming up on 11 laps to go, Matt Williamson in the lead by over 2 seconds.
Williamson still letting the rough side drags, throwing sparks down the front stretch. As that car compresses, you can see it down the front stretch. A couple more sparks come out from underneath of that car. I don't know if something's broke or it's just the setup. Either way, he's flying out front. Fast Freddie Carlton doing all he can to keep pace, but he's falling back into the clutches of Gary Lindbergh. Coming to 9 laps to go now for Williamson. He's out front. It's Williamson, Carlton, Lindbergh. Good recovery from Pete Bicknell as well, who's driven his way back up to 4th after being involved in that early wreck and taking a lot of damage. McTavish now runs 5th. Out front, it's all Matt Williamson.
Coming up on 8 laps to go here on this feature race, and Matt Williamson is now opening up almost a 3-second lead as he powers his way down the back straightaway into the turn 4 there. Almost a 3-second lead there for Matt Williamson, and Freddie Carlton in 2nd. Pete Bicknell, after that little collision there early on, is now in the 4th spot. Boyd McTavish now down at the 5th. Matt Williamson still looking pretty strong here, coming up on 6 laps to go for Matt Williamson.
Good run from Williamson in the 6th. Carlton sits in 2nd. Lindbergh 3rd. Pete Bicknell trying to find his way back up into the battle as well with a heavily beaten race car. Williamson, though, out in front of the field. right rear still looking a little soft and a little low. That suspension, not exactly sure what's going on there, but it's fast. That's all I can say for him. 5 laps to go. More contact amongst the lap cars as Gruhl and the 74 got together that last time by. 4 laps to go for Matt Williamson.
4 laps to go for Matt Williamson. Over a 3-second lead going off for Matt Williamson. He is looking pretty strong here with Freddie Carlton out there in the runner-up spot, followed by Gary Lindberg, who started out in 9th, is now on up into 3rd. Pete Bicknell stands strong there in the 4th spot. Boyd McTavish in 5th. Coming up on 3 laps to go. Matt Williamson really making it look easy now.
Williamson's got that car dialed in. Just 2 more laps in the S&W Service Center. 6 of Matt Williamson. He leads Carlton, Lindberg, Bicknell, and McTavish into 3 and 4. He'll see the white flag this time. It's Matt Williamson in the 6M. Underneath the Tim Hortons finish line. He looks to put the Too Cool of Van Mill down a lap. Down the back straightaway. No pressure from behind. No pressure in front. Matt Williamson. He'll take yet another checker here at Merrittville Speedway in the 358 Modifieds presented by Core Pack Merchandising. And how about Gary Lindberg with the rally at the stripe gets fast Freddie Carlton. Lots of chaos coming across the line as Brandon Gruhl's got a flat right front, and lots of cars were side by side there. That was a tough finish in the modifieds. Great runs from Lindberg. How about the recovery for Pete Bicknell? That car all beaten in on the right side, and Boyd McTavish hangs on to 5th. Matt Williamson finds his way into Pleasant View victory lane in the Core Pack Merchandising 358 Modifieds on Van Sickle Pet Valiant night. Matt, tell us about the drive, and I don't know if you could feel it from the seat, but we were seeing sparks flying for pretty much the entire run. That right rear, we were thought, I don't know if it's going to make it. How did the car feel for you?
It was bad after I got slammed by the 28 out of turn 2 there. It bent the left rear back, but luckily we finished. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's a lot of damage that we probably didn't need to have, and by cars that have done the same thing year after year. So I don't know. We'll just keep plugging away. I really got to thank my guys. They worked hard today to turn it around after last night, and my girlfriend. And I didn't get to say last night. It was our anniversary yesterday, so that's pretty cool. And we'll embrace this one.
Matt Williamson back in victory lane. And folks, we got a school bus race. You can hear him honking down the front stretch. We're going to have school bus racing action to close out the night. Thanks everybody for coming on down. A big shout out once again to Matt Williamson, your winner in the Core Pack Merchandising 358 Modifieds. School bus racing up next to close out the night at Merrittville.
This will be a 10-lap race. You line up 4 tonight's school bus race. We have the Link bus that will be sponsored by Merrittville Link Scoop. That will be driven by Terry McNeil. Dustin Dugan will be piloting the blue bus, which is sponsored by Black Creek Metals. Yellow bus will be sponsored by Tom's Trailer Maintenance and driven by Blue Wheels. The white bus will be Bus just took over the second spot. White Bus, of course, is sponsored by Road Village Building Center. Merrittville Big Scoop Bus. Driven by Terry McNeil. Bus well out in front here. Single file basically of 1 through 6. Laps in there, the big school bus. School bus, which is followed by Dustin Duga, concrete pedals. The yellow school bus there, sponsored by Tom's Trailer Maintenance. Billy Neal's followed in that one. Red and green, they're almost going side by side there. Red bus out in front. Now on the inside here of this school bus race, the second one from top to the ball this evening. It's really always fun to watch. Having a good time here. Always open on the red school bus, but that going to be no problem. There is that one of the red bus. Got a sleep there on the outside of the third of the field, titled the Merrittville Big Scoop Big Butts, and he just took over the lead. Driver of the car, as I have been mentioned before. Oh, that does not report me. So we're going now. The Williamson bus well out in front. This bus leading back to 4th. The blue school bus there of Dustin Duga made a big move there to go out into 3rd. The yellow school bus, followed by Billy Neal's, has moved on up into 2nd. So we're coming up on 2 laps to go according to our starting time. White school bus comfortably out in front with about 2 laps to go. Single file there, the pink school bus was in the lead for a bit of that. Now he's faded back up into 4th.
Copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GForceTV. GForceTV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.